Hey guys, what's up? Bringing a video on reloading these cases with powder. I'm using Norma cases and I'm reloading them with IMR 8208 XBR. It's a really good accurate powder. It's not affected by weather or temperature. And I'm reloading this Norma cases with 43 and a half of powder, 43 and a half grains of IMR 8208 XBR powder. So on the digital scale, it's gonna show 43.50, obviously. And as you guys can see here on my table, this is my setup. It's a portable setup where whenever I'm going to go to the range to shoot, I get set up really quick and I can reload. I'm using for the scale, I'm using my digital Gem Pro 250 precision scale. The brand is My Weight. It's a jewelry scale. It's extremely accurate. So this is what they use to weigh diamonds and precious stones and things like that. It's way more accurate than any scale, digital scale produced by any reloading manufacturer. It's like a lab scale, more or less. So right now I'm set up here with the scale. I got the trickler, the Reddings trickler, and I want to go ahead and reload a few cases from like far away so you guys can see the procedure on how I do it, and then we'll get close with the camera right over the scale so you guys can see how accurate it is. Right here what I have, it's the Lee dispenser. Oh my gosh, a piece of crap now, to be honest with you. It's really good. I've had it for years, and the way I set up and do my reloading, it's I don't use the dispenser to get like right up to the amount of grains that I need. So let me give you an example. If I'm doing 43.50, I'll go ahead and set it up for like maybe 43.30, 43.20, 25, and the rest of it I top it off with my trickler, real slow, and make sure I hit it right on the head with the 43.50, which is what I need. So right now, and what I do is I don't get the powder dish and put it right underneath the dispenser, even though I've seen some guys where they'll go ahead and get the little powder dish and they'll put it right up to it. A lot of times that might work out, but sometimes I've had it where it'll spill a few kernels of powder. So what I do to make sure I don't make a mess or whatever, I use this shallow coffee cup, which I've used for years, and as you can see, it's all coated inside with powder residue, which is fine because it makes it slide really good. And normally I grab it like this and dump it. That's why you see that the main streak of powder coating right there as it's being poured into the powder dish. So I go from the powder dispenser to this, and from this to the little powder dish, and that goes straight to my scale. Alright, so I'll just go ahead and let me see, because another thing with this type of scale, any lab scale, it's very sensitive to any draft of air conditioning, electronics, your phone, radio, things like that. So you might have to hit the tear button a couple times just to, because it starts getting sensitive, so it tends to walk on you a little bit. But that's cool. You just hit the tear button and it goes right back. Another thing what I do is I weigh the powder dish, obviously, and it's giving me 166.40, and then I hit the tear button, and that tears it out, so it's back to 0, 0. So when I pull my powder dish, okay, it's gonna go to a negative 166.40, the weight of the dish. So as I'm getting the powder from here and pouring it in the funnel on the loading block to go right into the case, if for whatever reason, as soon as I pull this out, I look at the numbers on the scale. If it doesn't stay at 166.40, which it should, and it normally does, but sometimes with the AC, whatever, if it kicks on or not in the draft, it might walk a little bit to 166.35, like it'll go lower, or it'll go higher, 166.45. The norm should be 166.40, but if it goes down or up like 5 grains or whatever, all I have to do is just tear it out, and I'm set. So that's something that I have to keep track of. So right now, okay, we're negative 166.40. Later on, in a little bit, we'll get all this with the camera really close so you guys see what I'm talking about. And we're gonna go ahead and pour some powder in here. Okay, it all falls in there really neat. I'm gonna pull the dish back. Okay, it went to 166.40, so a negative of the weight of the dish, so I know I'm okay. So I'm pouring the powder in the dish. I normally shake it a little bit so everything can spread nice and even, and I put it on there. Okay, right now I have the dispenser set at 4270. Okay, which it's fine, because what I do is I come here and with the trickler, I just top it off. So I go over here, it's climbing up. It's up at 43 now. 43.25. Now I go really easy to get it where I want to be. Now I'm really trickling now the powder, and you guys will see how this will go. One little tiny kernel that falls in there, it will actually move the scale. Like right now, all it needs is just like one. There we go. Most likely to go to 50. There we go. It goes to 50. A lot of times, if I don't want to wait for the scale, it's on its own to kind of like pick up the weight. It picks up one little tiny kernel, which I don't even know what that weighs. A little tiny kernels. It picks it up and it changes your numbers. So if I don't want to wait, what I do is I take it out, even though I also do it to verify it. If it gives me the right numbers, I take it out and I shake it a little bit to get it all dispersed and even in there, making sure that my scale went back to negative at 166.40, the weight of the dish. Put it right back. There you go, 43.50, where it should be. Okay, so I got my funnel here on the loading block. So we're gonna get this, take it out. Okay, went back to, it's right on the money. Pour it in there. Put the dish back, it should go back to 0. Yeah, it did. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is go ahead and get set up so you guys could see this really quick. So you can see the numbers there. You can see it there. Right now it's a 0, 0. Now when I take it out, you guys are gonna see 166.40, but no, I don't think you can see it from there. Let me see how I can set this up that you guys could see the actual numbers. Okay, see how he kind of like walked off there? So I'm just going to tear it out. Put the dish back on. 166.40, that's the weight of the dish. I'm going to tear that out. It went to 0. So every time I remove the dish, it should go over to 166.40. Alright, so let's see, it'll go to 0. Alright, and we'll go ahead and do this a second part to this. So you guys come back so you can check this out. The GenPro 250 precision weights scale in action.